I just wanted to see what it was, and I played that game. You had to go find the children. And said like he always said, and remember, I love you. That's what he always said. So you find the children. I was like, you kidnapping kids. This is what you do. Are you kidnapping kids?
It's odd. Every time you find the kids, they're with their parents, and then you take them away from them. It's odd. Very, very odd. Hello, gamers, and welcome to episode 385 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for August 20th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
It's been a pretty cool week, man. I mean, today is probably the warmest freaking day.
Yeah, it's supposed to get pretty hot.
Yeah, it was like pretty good. Like, I was mad last night because I was like, damn, man, I'm supposed to get chilly, and I ain't put a blanket on. Because I've been playing a blanket on these last few nights, and then this night though was warm, and I was like, oh man, damn heat came back. But yeah, I really like it this week. So I'm just gonna get right to it. Sports Orioles they kind of been winning and losing and winning. They won the last game as of this podcast, but they're still hanging in there. They're still right at the cusp of playoffs. Yankees been falling though. They've been losing. I'm kind of happy, but it sucks because the teams that's been the Yankees are teams that I want to lose so we can move up. And I'm like, damn. See, so now y'all want to be losing Yankees. Y'all want to be losing when it's going to help us. They say, you sons of bitches. All right. So what else happening? Football preseason has been going around. The league. Has been happening around the league, I should say. Big news is that Deshaun Watson has been officially suspended for 11 games. So they sort of doubled it from the 6 games that was first reported, that they were letting the judge they have kind of decide what she thought, like her input, and then they would go from there. Right. And it looked like they was going to double it. But they went 11. And you're probably wondering, like, why 11? Why not just do 12? Well, because the 12th week is the week that he plays his former team. So they figured, hey, let's suspend him for 11 games. Then when he comes back, he can play against his former team, so we can have that big
beat him
news.
Triumphantly.
Yep, he comes back on the field. People are like, oh, he hasn't played for this many years, and he's playing against the team that he left. And there you go. NFL knows what they're doing. They know how to make this story. It was like, hey, look, we punished him, and we're still going to make out with some viewership with the money. All right. Yep. So, or what if this would be a cool thing that would happen? I mean, it wouldn't be cool. It'd be exciting if they, like the quarterback they have now, who's the backup, whoever the hell it is, I don't even know what it is. If they play and they play very well with the team, and they're winning, they win. Like they have one of the better records in the league. What will they do?
They're gonna bench that man. They won't bench that man. They won't do that.
All right. So, anything else in sports going on? Nothing really from basketball. I really heard anything. No trades or nothing big happened as of now. I can't think of anything. So, any big wrestling news happen?
I'm trying to think. CM Punk is back. I think I might have mentioned that last week. It seems like it's definitely going to be him versus Jon Moxley. Moxley is the interim champion.
So CM Punk is back in the W. Oh, he's AEW. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's in AEW. But so that's the thing is, like, apparently now there's some like backstage drama because CM Punk came out and he cut this promo at the beginning of Dynamite where he mentioned Adam Page, who was the previous champion. And it sounded like that wasn't like part of the script or setting up any sort of match. Just sounds like there's some bad blood between them or something. But like also it's wrestling, so I don't know if I believe anything that's fake. But also it just kind of points to the fact that like CM Punk is still CM Punk, and we've kind of always known that he's kind of an asshole. And that's just even back to his WWE days. Like people got behind him because obviously WWE was mistreating him, but it doesn't change the fact that he's still like plays politics and whines and gets his way backstage sometimes. So, well, we'll see what comes of that. The kind of interesting thing is that instead of the pay-per-view that's happening in like 2 weeks, they're doing this Jon Moxley versus CM Punk match on this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. So it's like your title versus title match is happening like just on regular TV. What do you have planned then for the pay-per-view? Which some people could speculate, is that's why something happened with Adam Page, why they set that up, but I don't know. It's like I said, it's wrestling. Some of this backstage stuff is just kind of a quote unquote work, just played up to, and it could very well be that they still don't like each other, but it still just feeds into the storyline because that's the way this carny fucking wrestling shit goes sometimes. Like, oh, I'm going to take real backstage drama and turn it into a storyline, and then it makes us money. So, other than that, like WWE is seemingly doing pretty all right now with Triple H in charge. He's bringing some more people back. Kind of the latest ones were now I'm going to completely blank on their names. Hit Row. It was a group of wrestlers that came up from NXT. They were on the main roster for like 2 weeks before they got fired. And Triple H brought them back, so that was cool. Although Swerve is one of the guys that was in there, and he is currently working for AEW. He's currently one of their tag team champions. So he's clearly not going to be back as part of that group anytime soon. He's under contract with them. But as far as just wrestling goes, I think the most interesting thing, it's going to be a while before some of these guys' contracts run up. But I think there's a very good chance that we're going to start seeing people going back to the WWE. Because under Triple H's kind of his creative role, it seems like there's a more realistic opportunity for a lot of people that wouldn't have necessarily had an opportunity under Vince McMahon. Although I will say NXT UK, they just were met with like a large number of releases. And on the last NXT proper show, a couple of the bigger names showed up on there. So it sounds like maybe they're bringing some of those guys over and then pretty much shutting that show down, because WWE also announced that they're doing NXT Europe. So in 2024. So maybe they're like just trying to reboot, I guess, and get their shit together. I don't know. But, more wrestlers losing their jobs after WWE basically gutted the entire UK indie scene sounds kind of shitty. But we'll see how that goes with them. But yeah, wrestling's pretty all right now.
Oh, cool. All right. So what about Brock Lesnar? Like, is he just retired, or is just nothing?
It's pretty much we don't know anything.
Yeah.
He probably won't be around until I would say minimum Royal Rumble. I think he's advertised for the day one pay-per-view, which is the one they started.
He's gonna come back. Vince is gonna come back. Vince McMahon gonna come back, and he's gonna come back with him.
I don't think so, Dominic. I think he is the one guy that will probably be gone for a while. Now, the interesting thing to me would be, do they ever induct him into the Hall of Fame, or do they induct him into the Hall of Fame before he passes away? Like, how far out from these allegations do they feel like they have to be before they can kind of raise his name again? Because, like, obviously, he deserves to be in there, but do you do that,
Oh yeah, he's gonna get in, but I think they do it probably when he passes away.
Yeah, because then you have the excuse like, oh, all that drama is whatever, but like, we're celebrating this man's life as head of the WWE.
Now what is he? Is he gonna be like Walt Disney? He's gonna be freeze or whatever.
I just figured they'd take his brain out and put it in like a robot body. By the time he dies, we're gonna have like full-on androids. You know, that like Tesla bot that Elon Musk is showing off? They're just gonna implant his brain in that with that Neuralink thing that Elon Musk is also doing. So that's where I would expect that to go.
All right. So now let's get down to what we've been watching. So I'll start with mine. Well, no, let's start with She-Hulk. We're going to start with She-Hulk first.
Okay.
Get that out of the way. Well, let me do mine first. Hulk. I want to do the Hulk first before I get to the other show. All right. So I watched the old Hulk 2003 movie.
Ang Lee's Hulk.
Yeah, recently. And it's, it's not a good movie. I appreciate the chance he was taking, like he was trying to do like a comic book style with the movie with like scenes going the way the scenes happen. Like one time you see a camera view of a guy talking, then you see a camera view of someone might be listening to something. It was like they were really doing a lot of experimentation or something.
Yeah, the way he like transitions movie. And everything.
Yeah, the story with Hulk being like, it's always in there. The gamma radiation just helps it come to life. Like his father is the did an experiment on himself, and then he had a baby, and then it carried on to him. And it's like, I mean, that's a different storyline. I mean, not saying it's bad. It was just something different, but I just making it whole mostly about like, he has issues like because of his father did like that. That's the reason why of his the way he is, and I kind of had a problem with that. And the way they do the Hulk, well, see the Hulk in this version, he gets huge, like he gets even bigger than what it is now. But he gets bigger. Like it looks like he gets badder, they make him get bigger. Even though I know the saying was always like he gets stronger, but I didn't really know he gets bigger. But I'm sure maybe in some other version, there's been so many versions of Hulk that who knows, it could be one versions do that shit too. Because I remember reading the old Hulk comics, and like, it's funny. He wasn't dumb. I mean, he wasn't dumb. I think the early comics he was kind of raw, but he still talked. And then he even talked like regularly. He just didn't recognize as Bruce Banner. He was just a Hulk. He was just another persona. But he talked though. He just wasn't like super smart or anything. But he's had an attitude and shit like that. And I was like, I didn't know that. I was thinking like he was just a monster. And then later on, they made it so that he talked. I know initially that I think they changed it up a bit. They regressed. Like, they had it where he was probably talking. Then maybe later on, because I read some comics where he didn't talk a lot. He was just, rah, and just talk smash. Like, he just talked like, he don't talk like complete sentences. But earlier on, he was saying complete sentences. And this one, of course, he's like the angry Hulk. The one that most people really know of. And graphically, for the time, I think it looked good. I mean, for me, I never had a problem. I never remember having a problem with it because of the look. It was just the story wasn't that great. And this, the action scenes when he's kind of running around the desert and blowing up the planes, they looked all right to me. I did like how they showed like how he was fast, because that's how they showed in the comics. Like he was a whole lot faster than what you would think a guy that size would be. But like the movie overall, it wasn't great. I mean that everybody, most people know that. I mean, even when I first saw it, I was like, man, this is not that good. Spider-Man was still the best because this came out.
Fought those mutant dogs, Dominic.
Oh yeah, now those dogs look horrible. They did look horrible. Yeah, that wasn't great. But overall, I mean, they had good actors in this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, Eric Bana was pretty good. I don't know what he's doing now.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't know the last time I saw him anyway.
Oh crap, I forgot her name. The love interest.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah. No, that was for the recent Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I thought she was in that one too. Oh, Jennifer Connelly.
Jennifer Connelly. Yeah.
God, I forgot she was in that.
And she was in Maverick. Man, she still looked good.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee, of course, he was there. Yeah, it was just cool just seeing that movie again, because I haven't watched it since it came in theaters. I haven't watched it twice.
Oh, wow.
I never watched it twice, so I was like really like seeing it for the first time because I haven't seen it so long. So it was just cool to see, like, man, how things have really progressed from that movie. I'm actually in the middle of watching Spider-Man 1 again because I haven't watched that in years. And I was like, I'm going to check out Spider-Man 1 because everybody keeps saying how this new Spider-Man is not as good as that one. And I disagree. So now I'll say, let me go back and look just to see. So far, when I'm watching, I do like. I mean, I still like the first Spider-Man. It's still cool, but like I said, it wasn't a lot of banter when he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There was just very few in the first one anyway. But the Peter Parker stuff, I mean, it was simple. Like it's really like today's standards kind of cheesy. The stuff like him being a nerd and him talking to MJ is like in a very cheesy, old type of nerdy, cheesy kind of way. But I also appreciate it because the way the film is made, it doesn't feel like, oh, it's so out of place. It still feels like, oh, it's part of the movie. I mean, it still fits with the movie. Yeah, I mean, the movie is still good, but I don't know. I still, as of right now, I'm still thinking like the new Spider-Man is better, and I just don't know. I don't really know the hate for the new Spider-Man. I really don't know, like, especially compared to these other Spider-Man movies. I'm like, what makes this so bad with those? Now, I know some people talk about like Tony Stark Jr. and it doesn't feel like the neighborhood Spider-Man. Like I guess that's what one guy said, fighting the little guy. But I was like, well, the early Spider-Man, I didn't see. You saw like only in the montages,
Yeah.
When he kind of did that stuff. But
see, it's funny because, like, I mean, I guess for the second one, he is more like Iron Man like, but the first one, it's very much not like he's Iron Man Jr. He's more just like Iron Man's son. Like, he's not trying to be Iron Man per se, like technology wise. It's just that, Iron Man is like a father figure to him because he doesn't have that. He doesn't have
a special suit. That's why, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It feels different to me. But.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I never got that. I mean, yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that Iron Man was kind of involved because in those old superhero movies, I didn't like that they were like their own thing. Like, they were the only people in that world.
Right.
That's what I seen. That's what it felt like. It's like, are there any other heroes out there? Or this is like the only guy? And I said, because I was like, I wanted to be like a world like, hey, there's a guy doing shit in another city across the country or something like that, and things like that. But yeah, so I've been watching that. So now we can talk about She-Hulk, the new series on Disney Plus. I did watch it. I know you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy it. And how did you like it?
Same. I thought it was enjoyable. The first episode, they just kind of get everything out of the way as to like how she becomes the She-Hulk. And I'm interested to see where it goes from there. Because everything that I'm hearing about it is basically like it's going to be like Ally McBeal lawyer show style thing. And I wonder how they
I did not like Ally McBeal.
What's that?
That's not a selling point for me. I did not like Ally McBeal.
Well, it's not that I'm excited for it to be Ally McBeal. I just wonder how they're going to balance that with the actual like She-Hulk aspect of it.
It's funny. I probably like Ally McBeal now because I probably appreciate it more. I mean, I was a lot younger and I didn't really care for that.
Was that made by somebody that also made a show that you like?
The Practice. The Practice.
Okay.
And Boston Legal, Boston Public.
Oh, it is that same guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does. I think he practiced law in college. I don't know if he ever become an officially attorney though. I think he practiced law, so that's why he was doing all these lawyer shows.
Makes sense. David E. Kelly. Gotcha.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued to see how that works out. I mean, I know in the comics she is a lawyer, so obviously that would be an aspect of being the She-Hulk, but I wonder how much like superheroing they're going to do with her.
Why did they choose to not make it that she's just stay She-Hulk like she does in the comics?
I don't know. I have no idea. I honestly don't know like how often or like in what particular runs, because it sounds like from what I've heard that this is based on like a Dan Slott run, and I'm not really familiar with any of the runs, so I don't know if in that one she goes back and forth. I mean, a lot of it just seems to be like, hey, I can do basically everything that Bruce couldn't do, right? Like, basically using her blood, he fixes his arm from Avengers Endgame. And, you know, like you said, she switches back and forth. She seems like completely in control of when she does and doesn't turn into the Hulk form. So she's like the prime version of the Hulk, right? So, like, I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with that. If they're going to, I don't even know if, you know, Bruce is going to show up again in this series. Like, I'd be excited to see him later on in the series after she's dealt with like switching between being the Hulk and like kind of coming to the realization of what her responsibilities with this power are. Because very much in this episode, she's like, look, I've got this under control. I'm just going to go back. I'm going to be a lawyer, and I don't really need to worry about being the Hulk. But at the same time, the beginning of the show, she starts out by, you know, doing her closing argument, which is basically, if you have these powers, you have some level of responsibility to use them to help the greater good, right? So there's like these kind of two diametrically opposed ideas that I would imagine by the end of the series, she maybe
they pretty much put on point with that. I was like,
yeah. So I want to see more. I think this is, that first episode went by pretty breezy, and you know, these are shorter episodes. They're not like the full hour-long ones. And I think there are 9 episodes of this. So if it's more like a comedy, which is what I've been hearing, I want to see what they're going to do with it.
Jesus Christ. I mean, ain't that a lot of the Marvel shows?
I mean, they're lighthearted in a lot of ways, but it sounds like this is going to be more comedic focused.
Okay. I mean, yeah, another lighthearted Marvel show. And I say it's bad. It's just like, it's at this point, I kind of just expect it now.
Yeah. I mean, they're not treading new ground, obviously, no.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was fun, though. I enjoyed what I saw. Steve Rogers' bit about him being a virgin thing was, it was all right. It was pretty funny. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just something about these Marvel shows. It's like I enjoy them, but it's still the same. Like I said before, it still feels the same. Like the way they do jokes, it just feels like they're almost written somewhat like in the same kind of format how they do a joke. I don't know.
Yeah, that stuff seems consistent all the way through, you know, even the movies as well. Is that's the one thing, you know, even as they jump between kind of like different genres, the like tone is pretty consistent. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing necessarily. Like it keeps things cohesive. And I think at the end of the day, you know, even the more like dramatic movies, Marvel is still trying to keep within reason of like a quote unquote family movie. So, you know, obviously you don't necessarily want to take your young children to, but you know, as they get into their like younger teen years, I think they're trying to keep that stuff consistent. So they'll very quickly break up a more serious moment with some levity. And I think, you know, it's intentional, but I think that does kind of give you this like baseline staleness. You know, well, for
some people it is staleness. I wouldn't say it's stale. I mean, because I still find it funny, but it just feels too familiar. It's like I seen like when they run a joke like similar to this, like it seems like the same kind of formula of how they do it. It's kind of hard to explain, but it feels.
No, I think you're right
same.
with that. Right? It's like it's very formulaic.
Yeah,
they have like this template that they're gonna follow, and like sure this will change or this will change, but at the end of the day, they're still following through with like very similar writing.
All right, so yeah, She-Hulk. Yeah, check it out. It seems like it's pretty all right.
Yeah,
at least from the first episode. So, yeah, I know I'll be checking it out. I will check it out definitely. I'll continue it. Maybe I'll go back to look at Miss Marvel. Maybe, but I don't know.
Give it a shot, Dominic. Give it a shot.
I don't know. Well, you didn't give Stargirl a shot, so what the hell?
I did give it a shot, and then I just stopped because I haven't gotten back
what
to
you talking about? I watched the first episode of Miss Marvel. So there you go.
Well,
all right. So what am I? Oh yes. Okay. So I watched the final episode of Better Call Saul, and it was great. I really liked it. It was a good ending. It's not real. I thought it would end the way it. I mean, not the way it did, but like the kind of situation will be there. Just how it'll get there, like, and how it got there was pretty good. I like it. It's a satisfying ending. With this show ending, I was trying to think of like, you know, what's my big show now? Like, what's the show where I put like, man, this is like the best show now, and nothing can touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't have one now. And I'm like, darn, man. I almost feel like as far as television, I don't think I'm ever going to get anything great like I have seen in the past. I think I'm pretty much. That's pretty much it for me. I think I'm just everything else is just going to be. Man, it'll be some good television to watch. I'm going to watch, but it's nothing going to be like, man, this was gold. Like this was, oh man, this was great. Like I'm thinking, like first 8 seasons of The Simpsons were great. Well, first season was like this kind of startup, but probably 2 through 8 was probably just good throughout. Probably like every episode I liked, honestly. The Office, maybe the first 4 seasons of that. I think 2 seasons, the last 2 seasons with Steve Carell was still there. That's when it was falling apart for me because I was not laughing at a lot of stuff. Those 2 seasons, especially his last season, it was brutal. I still to this day have not got through it. I think I need to watch like maybe less than 10 episodes of that season.
Oh wow!
And because it's just like it just wasn't that great, and I was like, man, he's leaving. I said, okay, I think I got it. I said, it's just I'm not.
They're gonna end this anyway. Yeah. And then they said, haha, no, we're not.
Yeah, and I don't even care. Like that season, I don't even care to watch it. Like I'm probably never going to watch that last season without him. But like the first 4 or 5, whatever it was before his last 2 seasons, they were all great. I liked every damn episode of that. Like I liked every one of them, and like I just enjoyed the hell out of that show. Then I liked Sopranos. I watched that late though. But I caught up. Now, I didn't like, I think it was the second to last season I didn't really care for. And the last season, it was all right. The last season was okay. So it's probably maybe the last 2 seasons maybe I wasn't really big on. But other shows before that, they were great. I saw why people really loved it. So I was like, man, I never seen the show. The Shield, I love The Shield. That was great. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. Breaking Bad, of course, that's one of the best shows I've ever seen. The Wire, except for the second season, I mean, it was still good. Second season was still good though. Even though it was probably the least, it was still good. So I think The Wire overall, I think I liked it. I think it was great overall. King of the Hill is probably the most consistent of all the cartoons because I can't think of how many bad episodes they had out of 13 seasons.
Yeah.
Compared to The Simpsons, Family Guy's first 13, South Park. Like South Park, I give it to South Park for being as long as it is and still having some good shows even later. I give it that. Like South Park, of course, like South Park, it some of the I wouldn't even say because I go back to the first season and some of it be funny, but not really. Like, because it was funny for me because I was a kid. but some of the middle ones be freaking still hilarious. So it's kind of weird with South Park. I give it overall for as many seasons as it has, like 30 seasons, whatever it is. they for that still to have some good episodes, I say that's pretty damn good. Yeah. See, by The Simpsons, I go back, I still not laughing at these recent episodes. Family Guy I have not watched in a while, so I can't say that. But I saw seasons not being great. After that season, they came back. Probably after that one. I think I did like the fifth season. I don't know how would you even do that. It was like 3 seasons. Then they went on hiatus. It came back for a fourth, the fifth. Maybe it's the 6th season or some of the 5th season I didn't like. Mm-hmm. But those first 3 seasons were great for Family Guy. Like I really loved them. But yeah, and this Game of Thrones, except for the last 2 seasons, they were all great. I liked every episode of Game of Thrones. The second to last season, I did like a lot of those episodes, even though some people didn't like them. I did enjoy it. The last season was probably really what's its downfall. But other than that, it was great overall. And then with Better Call Saul, that's all like this was great. This was just as good as Breaking Bad to me now that I look at it. Like overall, I think it's as good as Breaking Bad. They did a good job. Well, it's not really continuing the story in a way of like a prequel and / sequel because it does go back to what's happened now. But yeah, and like all these shows I've seen, comedies. But another comedy, Martin was great. Was great for me. I mean that kind of just like was the '90s for me. Martin and Living Single. Yeah, Living Single. Which I always found funny that people complain about Friends not being black. And I was like, well, we was watching Living Single. Who the fuck? I don't know anybody. And this is a lot of black people say, like, who talked about this. Like, at the time of Living Single and stuff, I didn't hear nobody complain about Friends. Nobody's complaining about Friends, saying, like, man, Friends don't have black people. I'm like, I remember watching it. I didn't watch Friends till syndication. Until they got the syndication, I was watching it like when 6 o'clock or 5:30 or some shit. Like, that's the only time I watched Friends. I never watched it on prime time because that was Thursday. And Thursday was Living Single and Martin. I wasn't watching. I didn't care about NBC. I didn't watch Seinfeld until syndication. I didn't see that. I mean, first of all, I was real young. So most of the things, Martin, I sort of get the jokes because of just being black and being around black people. I can get some of the jokes. While Seinfeld and them, it's like, I don't really know what the hell's going on. I didn't appreciate it till later in my life, that show. But yeah, now I think about that, I'm like, man, now it's really nothing like that. Like, I really, like, man, I gotta watch this show. Like this is what I have to see. I have to see this show now. I have nothing. Like, there's literally nothing. Like, I'm not into the Marvel stuff like you are. Like, I'm done. Like, Endgame pretty much was it for me. Like, that ended it, and I was like, yep, I got the gist of that. I mean, the other stuff, like that guy said, it feels like the extra missions after you beat the game on a Final Fantasy game or something. Yeah, I was like, yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're still good. There's some good. Some of them are okay, but it's just nothing like, man, this was epic and something like that. Yeah, I just haven't got that feeling for anything for TV right now. There's got to be something new. Like, something new has to come. I mean, have to come out where I feel that way. About
we're also in this weird place now where, like, TV proper, like, I can't even tell you what's on TV anymore.
Well, it's nothing on TV. Like, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Yeah. Like, nothing that's really good. Like, that comes on regular TV. Yeah.
Right, because you would hear about it regardless, right? Yeah, I mean, there's still ways to watch it. You would watch it on Hulu. The shows that come up there is like Chicago Fire. Well, there's like 3 Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago
Med,
fucking whatever's. Yeah.
And there was Chicago Law, but that got canceled.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't even know if I knew that was a thing.
Like, it shows like that, and then there's like FBI. SWAT was back. It might still be back. The Queen Latifah show, where she's like the agent one.
The Denzel follow-up, right?
Yes, yeah. Eraser. Is he Eraser? Which one is it? No, it's Eraser is the that's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
The Equalizer.
Equalizer, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, regular TV. The Simpsons will come on. Bob's Burgers is probably the best show, I think. Cartoon, anyway.
Mm,
And even that North show that was made by Bob Burgers guy seemed like it's better than The Simpsons.
mm, yeah.
I haven't seen Family Guy though. I haven't watched Family Guy recently. I know American Dad was still coming on TBS. I don't know if it
Like
still is.
new episodes?
Yeah, that was still coming
Oh my
on
goodness.
just a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it came on last year, but I know 2 years ago it was. But yeah, so that's it for TV. Yeah, but yeah, I just need to find that show. Well, I don't need to, but I just feel like, hey, man, I think I feel like I watched the best of television.
Something will come along.
You'll see.
You got to watch Yellowstone, Dominic.
I did.
You gotta
I watched
more of
what, like 4 episodes of it? The first 4 seasons? I mean, I started like with the last 3 months I started it. And I watched like the first 4 episodes. And I mean, it's all right. But it got some things that it goes a little too far. Like they went a little too far on one of these things, something they did early on. I feel like they went too excessive. Like, I don't know how you thought you can just do this and not have a problem. But
Oh,
but anyway,
now I'm intrigued as to what that is.
but yeah, this show Yellowstone is all right. I mean, that's a cool show. I do like it. I do like Fred Lasso. That's a good, nice, wholesome rated R show. That's the most wholesome rated R show that probably ever existed, really. Because it felt like, man, I can watch the kids watch this, but then they'd be cursing and saying stuff. Like,
Yeah.
But it's a wholesome show though. But it's like it's confusing.
It is, yeah. It's very wholesome, but also in the first episode, you like see that woman's breasts or whatever.
You still saw my titties in the first episode?
I feel like the like arrogant dude has a picture of his girlfriend in the locker or something like that.
Oh, you mean like that? Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it's not like she's just out there stripping or whatever. But
all right, so let's get down to what we've been playing. So, who wants to go first?
I can kick it off just because I played a couple of quick things. More Fall Guys. I played the Sonic stuff that they have on there because I wanted to see if I could get Sonic stuff. I got the Sonic shoes. It was actually pretty easy to get that stuff, which I appreciated. I also won the first game of that Sonic playlist that I played. But the disappointing thing was that it was literally just one level and you were doing the same thing through all 3 rounds. It was basically just like this Green Hill Zone inspired level that was basically like a square arena and you were running around it. There were little portal kind of things that when you went through them, you moved faster, and you were collecting rings, which is in line with Sonic, but it was very much like, oh, I'm doing the same thing for 3 rounds. And it was just kind of like, I would have liked a little more variety. Like you could have given me one of the obstacle course, like straightaway type levels with similar kind of artwork or whatever to make it look like a Sonic-esque level. But yeah, I would have liked a little more variety in it, but I thought it was all right. Still couldn't get anything like substantial out of it, like costumes or anything. It was literally just Sonic's shoes. And there was also like a pattern that has rings on it. But the Sonic and Tails and Knuckles costumes themselves were still locked away behind money. And I will say, like, I think I said at one point when I started playing Fall Guys again that the only way for me to get this one type of currency was to buy it. That's not true. But it is still kind of few and far between. Like as you get into the later levels of the season, if you get into like the 50s, like every 5 or 10 levels, you'll get 100 of that credit that will buy you the more premium costumes. So depending on how much you play this game, you can get like a couple of costumes every season without actually spending money, which I do appreciate. I would have maybe liked it to be a little easier to get some of that stuff, but I know it's about them trying to make money, so it's whatever.
Yeah, you ain't buying anything, so stop bitching.
Exactly. They haven't convinced me yet, so there's that. And then I played some Super Mario Land because I was kind of digging out my Game Boy stuff. I've been watching some YouTube videos of people putting like new not high resolution, but new like backlit and fancy technology screens into their Game Boy Advances and Game Boy Colors and stuff like that. And it got me looking through my stuff. I dug out my old Game Boys, and my wife actually had her original Game Boy in with that stuff. I never had a Game Boy until the Game Boy Color. But she also had Super Mario Land as one of the games that she had, and I had never actually played Super Mario Land. So I booted that up. I beat it. It's only like 12 levels. There's 4 worlds with 3 levels each.
Did you record it?
No, because I was playing on the actual Game Boy.
That's not an excuse.
I don't have the HDMI out mod that I saw somebody do yet.
You could have had your wife hold the camera while you were playing it or something. Oh.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if the Game Boy Player lets you play Game Boy games or if it was just Game Boy Advance games. I have to test that out one day, but I also don't have a way to get HDMI out of the GameCube yet either. So, and that game is floaty. It definitely does not feel as precise as the more modern Mario games, even, you know, going back as far as like Super Mario World or even the original Super Mario Brothers. It definitely felt a little sketchy. I started also playing Super Mario Land 2, just 1 or 2 levels of that I am playing on an emulator. And that definitely gives me more... What's that?
Tell Nintendo.
I also own it. I'm just playing it on the emulator. That definitely feels a little tighter, and it also is a lot more like zoomed in on the character. The sprite is bigger, and it definitely gives me vibes of the later Wario World or Wario Land games. So I'm starting to see kind of the progression there, because it definitely is more like visually similar to that than any other Mario game. Like Super Mario or onwards there. So I'm digging that a lot more. Super Mario Land was perfectly fine, but it was definitely a little sketch at some places. They expect you to do some relatively serious platforming with some relatively wonky feeling controls. But yeah, so that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing, Dominic?
All right, so I've been playing some more Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been playing that on the Xbox Game Cloud, but I've been playing on my Xbox console on the Xbox Game Cloud because it seems like I can't stream from down here. The connection, Wi-Fi connection, not that great for reasons. But anyway, that game, I give it to them for the dialogue. They have a lot of dialogue.
Okay,
like
cool.
The banter while you're actually playing and things of that nature, and them like always fussing each other. But that's one thing I will say: they always fussing with each other though. It's like constantly, and but they have a lot to say. It doesn't repeat itself a lot. Only time I started hearing repeating stuff recently, like when I was in a battle when it kept saying something. But maybe I was supposed to kill those enemies fly faster than I did, or something like that. But I do die a lot in this game. I just have a hard time with the controls for whatever reason. It just doesn't feel great to me. That's why mostly I'm always hitting the wrong button and I'm trying to dodge and manage the team.
Is it because you're trying to? I was going to say
manage the team. I'm trying to manage the team at the same time,
Gotcha.
telling them what to do. So because it's still going. Like it doesn't slow down for me to say, hey, do this, and it'll be too easy if they did that. I kind of just wish it was just like a quick button.
Right.
That does that. But other than that, I mean, it's still fun. It's fun. The story is great. Like I said, the voice acting is great. The dialogue, like just the amount of dialogue in that game they had it's kind of amazing. Like it's like, oh wow, this is kind of cool. It feels pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's a fun game. So far, it's a fun game. Like I'm really enjoying it. Like,
how far are you into?
I have no idea. I don't know what chapter. Wherever chapter 9 is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw whatever the latest achievement was that popped up on my phone, and I was like, this looks like it's like the end of the game or something. But I guess not quite yet.
No, not yet. And it seems like the game being the story might change a little bit. I mean, not like totally, but like some of the little stuff that happens in the game, depending on the choices you make. Because it said like something comes up in the corner and say, hey, because you helped Rocket do this, this happened. It said like cause something that happens in the background, like in doing this. I mean, I was doing a actual cutscene and something happened. It's like because I helped Rocket do something like early on in the game. I was like, if I didn't and I did the other thing, what will happen?
Yeah. Rocket Raccoon will remember this.
Yeah, yes,
which is funny because there was an actual one of those games where Rocket Raccoon remembered this.
Yeah, exactly. So they actually had it where he said he remembered this. Because a lot of times in those Telltale games, they don't. Or they say remember this, and that person dies. It was like, well, I guess remembered it from hell, I guess, because they didn't lie. But yeah, it's a cool game. Also, I played some more Multiversus. There's a new rotation. I played some Batman. He's all right. I'm still not used to him. I can't play Superman because I have to unlock him. I only need a few more coins to unlock him, though. Okay. So I'm playing with Jake the dog a lot.
Nice.
Somebody was on my team who was LeBron, so I purposely lost so they can get out of there. I was like, oh. It's like I didn't purposely lose, but we did lose. But I blamed him. I blamed him for it. Who else? What else I've done? But I've been playing some matches. I've been winning some, losing some. Yeah, it's fun. Like I'm still having fun with that game. I also played Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I know they've got Black Adam and somebody else coming to that game as part of season 1.
I saw Gremlin.
Yes, the Gremlin.
I didn't see them in the game though.
Yeah, they're not in yet, but they're coming as part of season 1 because Rick and Morty are still on their way.
Yeah, I do want the Gremlin though. I love the Gremlins. What else? Oh yes, I played this game called Coffee Talk. That's on game. It came on Game Pass recently. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a novel. What's it called? The interactive novel games.
Visual novel.
Somewhat a visual novel, like
or
you just
graphic.
talking, but you do make coffee.
Oh, okay.
So somebody asks you for a certain amount of coffee, you just gotta know how to make it. Like it easy.
Is it like 3 squirts of this and mixing that?
Yeah. It's a bit simple. But then sometimes they won't tell you specific coffee. They say, "Hey, I want something that's kind of bitter and something or strong." Then you know, like, okay, I gotta put more coffee in this. Then
does it give you indications of like these things are more bitter, these things are?
No, I think you have to test it out first. Well, I think early on you kind of get the idea because you do have an app on your phone the phone in the game that tells you how to make certain coffees or cappuccino, and then from there you know how to mix it up. Because I think if you make something that they really like, you get some interaction, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Cool. Most of the things I kept pretty conservative, but it's just a story like a coffee shop in a world where there's humans, elves, some type of demons and stuff like that, all different, and it deals with race and stuff like that, different personal lives and things like that. Yeah, it seems like a very Seattle. It is take place in Seattle, but it feels like a very West Coast type of game. West Coast, very liberal type of game. I mean, they're just fine. It's fine. But that's how it is. I just can imagine the people who made this game is like, okay, somebody has like a beard with like a nose ring and probably a lot of piercings and tattoos who did this game. And yeah, or if there's a woman, she dyed her hair pink or turquoise or something color who made this game. I ain't gonna say it's fun. It's a different type of game. It's not, if you're into those visual novel stuff, then you'll like it.
Gotcha.
Like it's not a game for everybody. It's for the pretentious type of West Coast people. You know, it's for that. It's for that lot.
I got to get in on this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're white, pretentious, liberal, this is up your alley.
Check. Get on playing this right now.
All right. What else I play? Oh yeah, I actually got into Fortnite. So I was like, I'm gonna try this Fortnite because I keep seeing videos of Dragon Ball, and I forgot to block Fortnite on my during Twitter, like one of my muted words. So I kept seeing it, and I was like,
It's looking
It
pretty good.
actually looks pretty nice. Let me go see. I get it where I'm not going to be playing as Goku because I'll probably take forever to get him. So I'll go on my random character. I didn't even know. I thought you could create your character at least to make him like whatever sex or race you want. And apparently you can't. They say, yup, you got to lock it to lock skins. And I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I was like, so... But I go in as a different person every time. So it's not like I'm the same white dude I started out with. One time I went in, it looked like a black girl, but I don't know. A girl with melanin. I get in the girl with melanin one time. But first I played regular Fortnite. And hold on real quick.
Sure.
Mouth was getting dry. All right. So first I played regular Fortnite. And I lasted for a while, but like Fortnite was like really demanding. I don't know if it's because of the servers or like graphically, and it seemed like it was, but it was chugging. And I was like, good gosh, I put everything on super low. And it looked pretty bad, but I was moving. But then I was like, man, come on, maybe I'll put up a little bit. And then it froze on me. The game froze on me, and just kicked me out. And I was like, oh man, I probably could have won. That's what I'm saying to myself. I said, I could have won. I got a couple kills.
This was my match.
Yeah, I got a couple kills. I was riding in a car, running over people and shit like that for a while. And surviving. People were shooting at me while I was in the car, but I was surviving. I was trying to figure out how do I fill the car up with gas, because I got out the car. I was at the gas station. You could pull the pump, but when I got next to the car, I didn't see like indication saying like, "Hey, it fills up." I was like, "Oh, am I supposed to, or is this just used for shoot people with the gas?" I was like, "I don't know." What I'm supposed to do. Then a wolf came attacking me, and I killed. Yeah, like it's some NPCs in this game. I killed that, and then I went to hit the trash can. That's what I was trying to fix my settings, and that's when it hung up and kicked me out. So then I went back in, and I figured out how to get to the Dragon Ball World finally, because it's just so much junk when they started that game. It's just so much shit, and I was like, so how do I play the Dragon Ball stuff? Because that didn't look like. I was like, that world didn't look like Dragon Ball. So maybe that's some new Super World or something. It didn't look like the one I saw in that freaking advertisement. So then I figured it out, and I said, oh, okay. So I finally got to Dragon Ball World, and there was a quest. You say collect the Dragon Balls, and like they said the first Dragon Ball is right beside the quest board. I didn't know what the quest board was. I didn't realize the quest board was right next to me when I first came in the world. But I'm already running around. I was like, where's the fucking quest board? And then I accidentally got to arena when that's where you fight. I saw PvP. It came up on my screen. So, oh shit, let me get out of here. Because these guys I keep saying, Kamehameha. I got something like saying that. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And all I got is a Nimbus Cloud. And the Nimbus Cloud, you can kind of just go up and float, but you can't stay in the air. At least not initially. I don't know if you can later on, but I know I wasn't. I was seeing other people just floating down too. So I was like, okay, so you can't just fly around. Or at least maybe at the start. Maybe later on you can do that. I don't know. So you also collect these what they call, I don't know what they call in Dragon Ball World. Those little pill things that always
capsules.
Yeah, those capsules. You collect those, and I guess that levels you up a bit. I finally found the Dragon Ball, and then it told you, okay, now get into the capsule spaceship, whatever, and go to Goku's home. I went to Goku's home. Like, you go up there, you go different places. It's got different places up there. I picked Goku's home, went there, and that's where you could fish, and you was trying to craft some
Chi-Chi there?
Stuff. Huh?
Is Chi-Chi there?
I didn't see Chi-Chi. I just saw Goku.
Oh, come on.
They probably just do the characters that you can play as.
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah.
So, yeah, I was, I fished and I craft some stuff there. Like, I went and picked some peppers and stuff, and like you're making a fish shield. I guess it's like fish you can eat that shields you and shit. Then I went to some dream world where I had to do this course for Vegeta, and Vegeta was telling me to do this course at the time limit. I didn't know what the time limit was, but I beat it, and I got my Dragon Ball. So I just stopped it from there. And I also went to a place to watch Dragon Ball Z episodes. It's like, hey, you watch Dragon Ball Z episodes with people. And I went there, and like he was on like this big ship. I think it's like Bulma's freaking yacht or whatever. And you was up there watching a big screen of Dragon Ball Super, some episodes or something like that. And I was just walking around watching people, and just you can relax, sit on the in a pool or something and like that. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat, I guess. Too bad I don't like this episode of Dragon Ball. Oh, hold on real quick. Somebody's calling.
Sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean it was interesting like doing that stuff because I haven't played Fortnite since we played, and they had a lot of this shit. So having all these things you can do in there now, I kind of understand what people are doing because I never got it. When people say they were watching movies, I was like, so what is the movie theater while you playing Fortnite? Like you're just standing waiting?
Exactly.
Like I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, or like when they say they're doing all these mission stuff. I was like, what is this doing like the Fortnite when you're fighting? You doing this? And I was like, oh, now I see like different hubs. I say, oh, okay. Now I got
I'm seeing dudes like doing basically platforming as Goku, and I'm like, wait, I can do that.
That's what that Octus course thing was. That's what that was. So Fortnite is it's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit in this one game. But yeah, like just going to the menu was just fucking hell. Like just trying to figure out things like because I didn't realize you couldn't just change your character. Like I'm up here going like looking everywhere. It's like, oh my god, how do you change the fucking race? I'm this white dude. I said, why the fuck can I be the white dude?
Right.
But yeah, I guess I have to unlock shit. I mean, it seemed like I was leveling up a lot. I mean, I have no idea. They do this in these games. They do these games with a lot of bright stuff come at you saying, "Oh, look, you boing," like this.
Fall Guys is great for that too. Yep.
Yeah, so you can feel like you're doing something. So yeah, man, look at this. I'm just level up, like collecting these capsules. All I'm doing is walking, collect capsules, and they just these bright colors just flashing at me. It's like, yeah. All right. So yeah, that's it. That's all I played this week, and so I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to the flashback segment.
All right.
Now we go to the flashback segment. So now we're going back 10 years to 2012, and I'm going to skip these two games because I don't know what they are, and I don't care. The Amazing Spider-Man came out for the Windows 10 years ago.
There you go.
Based off that hit movie. And I don't know why you're laughing. It was a hit movie.
I think it was a hit.
It made money,
and
right?
I don't hate that movie, but it's...
No, I never hated the movie either.
To talk about what we were talking about earlier, it's definitely not the best one. Oh, yeah.
Only part, but the second one was good is when she died. And when Stacey died. It's like, I was joking.
Rough.
Anyway, what the hell is this? Sanctum. I know that game, but that came out before. I probably said it. It came out for the Mac. Sanctum came out for the Mac. I believe that was a tower
Mac
defense
releases.
Game. I want to say.
Gotcha.
What do we got here? You got Iron Brigade.
Yeah.
Came out for the Windows. I played it when it was another title, actually.
Mm-hmm. Trenched.
Yeah, Trenched. Yeah, and then I guess somebody sued him. I don't know. And maybe they changed the name. I forgot why they changed it.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Somebody already had the copyright or something on it.
Yeah, made by the guys Double Fine, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and I played that game. I didn't beat it though, but I did like what I played. It was a tower defense game. It was a pretty good game. I played it on Xbox Live Arcade. It came out there first, and then it came up here. I'm a little confused. I don't remember ever talk about this game.
I don't remember either.
And it came out in 2011.
Oh. Maybe it's just been so long we both forgot.
Yeah, you probably just forgot. But
getting old, Dominic.
What else we have here? We got, here's big one, Darksiders 2. This was a very anticipated game for me, but after reading about it and seeing the reviews, they were good, but it just weren't as good as I wanted them to be. Like, I was thinking something very epic for some reason. Like, based on how the first one ended, I was really expecting something more out of this one. But from what I read, it's like, I mean, it's an alright game, but it wasn't really nothing groundbreaking, different, or anything. I mean, it wasn't. They said it, and some people didn't. The story was for some people, but I mean, the reviews were were alright. I mean, it wasn't a bad game. I mean, it was just 83. Like, it got an 83 on Xbox 360, around the 80s basically in all the consoles. Yeah. Except for the newer consoles, when they had the HD versions, they were a little lower. But it was seemed positive, but just didn't have that epic feel that I really wanted out of it for some whatever reason. That's why I never played it. I mean, I always wanted to say to go back to. I just never did, even though I have this game. I think I have it on PC. I know you definitely got it on PC.
Yeah.
What am I looking at here, Daniel? Oh, yes, I'm looking at The Last Story.
Yeah.
That came on the Wii. It's the copy of the Never Ending Story. It's a sequel to that. It's a sequel. They finally ended. It's like, this is by the Mistwalker guy, the guy who did Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Hiro Nobu Sagachi or something like that. Saguchi. But yeah, so how was this game rated? Did people like this game? Yes, it was 80.
Right,
yeah, I got an 80 on Metacritic. I don't remember what this game looks like, to be honest with you.
I think it's just kind of a newer looking Final Fantasy style stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at
it.
It's
modern.
Yeah, the more
modern fantasy.
I'm not a big fan of that look.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
It can be, especially with these Japanese RPGs. They got into kind of this point where they're like, yeah, we're just going to make them all kind of look the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like that. I'd rather you do anime. Like, make it anime-ish. It needs to be colorful or something.
Yeah. I think that's the problem, right? Is like, yeah, they all look very like brown and bland and stuff.
But I didn't do the sales weren't that great for it.
Yeah, because it was a Wii game that wasn't published by Nintendo.
Exactly. See, if it was, even though it probably was better than Xenosaga or whatever it's called, Xeno Chronicles, Xenoblade.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'm saying if they would have said like Nintendo and stuff like that,
yep,
they would have been all right. They should let Nintendo say get some of that money. Well, actually, darn. Let me open that because I'm trying to see the publisher in another country. What it was?
Nah.
Close tab. It was Nintendo in America.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't developed by Nintendo. I should say.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, Xenoblade is not developed by Nintendo.
Did that game really sell that well, though? Do we know?
Xenoblade? I just assumed because they're still making it.
I feel like that's revisionist history. As people were like, "Oh, this series is popular now." Just because they made
Let me see what Xenoblade. It sold nearly 200,000 units in Japan by the end of 2013. In later interview, the game sold better in the West than it did in Japan.
Oh, weird.
Similar to 2015, Xenoblade Chronicles X sold roughly 377 units. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 sold 1.42 million copies as of June 2018, which became the best-selling title ever developed by Monolith. Damn, even so bad. Well, I guess yeah. I guess it'll sell more than Xenogears. Its sales performance exceeded the company's expectations in Western territories. So,
because we love the animes, don't?
Let's see how Xenoblade 3 is doing so far. In Japan, it sold 112 copies so far. It was also the best-selling physical game during its first release in the UK, where it had its biggest launch for the entire Xeno franchise in terms of copies sold.
I was going to say, I see a YouTube video here from 2 weeks ago that says it breaks franchise sales records.
Yeah. I mean, no offense to this, it's just that compared to other games, it looks pretty small.
If this was a Western studio and published by Square Enix, they would say they were disappointed in the sales.
Oh, definitely. Shit, I feel like if Wish Laura Croft sold anything like this, they would have shut down the studio.
They would have put her out to pasture.
Papo Yo, I've heard about this, but I know nothing about it. So what is it?
It was a kind of big game for the PlayStation Network games. It was, I feel like, one of the first big, like, kind of exclusive and also 3D, like, seriously, they, like, some serious money behind it. But it was still an indie game, and it was basically about this boy and a monster, and the monster was basically a portrayal of his father, and it dealt with that kind of stuff, like abuse from his dad.
Or feelings.
Feelings, yes.
Oh, no,
Dealt with feelings.
I hate those games with feelings. I was joking. But no, it's funny because like I only see 72 on Metacritic, but I see good scores. I see like 8.5, an 8, 8s from Eurogamer, Game Informer, GameSpot 7.5.
I remember at the time again,
3.5 stars,
solid,
3 stars. But I think what's really pushed it down was IGN. They gave it a 4 out of 10.
Because they have no feelings, Dominic. They have no soul over there.
Like, that's what really brought it down. Because I'm thinking, look at your scores. I'm like, hey, so this good score that IGN 4 out of 10. Damn. Like,
it's probably Greg Miller. I don't even know if he was still with them at that point.
Yeah, I think he was probably gone. Because he left while I was still at Target, I think. So.
Oh, wow, man. It's been that long.
Yeah.
Crazy. Now that dude is working for WWE, Dominic.
Oh, really? Okay.
He has his own show. Although Dan Reichert from Giant Bomb left WWE, and then shortly thereafter, they brought him in. But Dan was just like a producer on podcasts. But it was funny because I was looking at like Reddit, and somebody was like, they were talking about this new show with Greg Miller, and they were like, "Get me the loud games journalist guy." And they were like, "Oh, we just lost Dan Reichert. Get me the other one."
All right. So here's a big one. Sleeping Dogs came out 10 years ago.
Hell yeah.
This game was a sleeping hit. But a sleeper hit. But no, this game was good. It was going to be a true crime game.
True
but
crime.
They changed it to just calling his own game, being his own game. And I mean, it's basically like you can say, hey, this is like still a true crime game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's good. It is really good. I mean, I never played true crime games, honestly. I never played because I was under the impression that anything like Grand Theft Auto was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not Grand Theft Auto, but going for Grand Theft Auto, then you might as well not play it. Just play more Grand Theft Auto.
So when I saw reviews on the game, I saw it was pretty decent. So I tried it out, and I really liked it. I liked the story, man. It was good. I thought the voice acting was pretty good. Basically
undercover cop joining the kind of mafia over there.
Yeah, the triads. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, and thing is, you were using a gun mostly. You're fighting. You didn't get a gun till later in the game, like where you were actually using it.
And even then, it wasn't as fun as just doing the fighting. Because they basically used like the Batman style.
Yeah,
combat.
Exactly. And that was fun. I used to love fighting. I said, yeah, just get in the fight. I didn't mind getting in the fight. Yeah, then we got the gun, and it was like, just kind of going quick. I'd rather just fight. I'd rather just fight them. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like the graphically was good. It was a fun game. Like I enjoyed it throughout. I guess maybe it didn't get the sales it wanted or something, because I'm surprised it didn't do a sequel.
Was this published by Square Enix?
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go.
Blame them.
So there you go.
I'm gonna blame them. They didn't know what they
Square
had.
Enix, Sleeping Dogs has sold 1.5 million copies by the end of September 2012. Look at that. It's sold more, but I guess it does take more production to make this game than Xenoblade Chronicles. So there you go. Square Enix president Wada defended the game's sale and said that the firm might have had unreasonably high expectations for the game. That's the prayer. Yeah. Oh, he was defending. Is he still there?
I'm not sure.
Because I wouldn't know. Did he defend them when they got rid of him? Like, why you get rid of him? He saw Sleeping Dogs as a strong new intellectual property and said that titles such as Sleeping Dogs tend to sell better over long periods of time in the West, which is true. I think that's true.
Yeah. Absolutely. Once word of mouth goes around.
Yeah, on March 26, 2013, Square Enix announced that the game was expected to sell about 1.75 million copies in 2013. On September 2013, the company announced that Sleeping Dogs, alongside Tomb Raider and Hitman Absolution, had been successful in their game development, but did not meet sales expectations, and were considered by the publisher failures.
Failures, man.
Canceled sequel.
How you say that about your game?
There is canceled sequel in early 2013. United Front was working on a sequel to Sleeping Dogs. The game would have picked up after the original game. Let's see. Did they tell why? It said the player had the ability. Oh, say this is what they had. The player
would have that game still.
Would have the ability to arrest any NPC in the world. Oh shit! Does it have to be a reason? It don't have to be a reason. Can I just arrest people and influence?
I am the law.
And
slap handcuffs on.
Influence a branching storyline that swapped between both Shen and Fang. It was gonna be two characters. The game was said to be United Front's most ambitious game, which would have included a second screen app for mobile devices. Oh god, that would be able to interact with the world of the game. Playing as Inspector Jane Ting, the player would manage the police force and try to control territories from a mobile device, with the choices made in the game affecting gameplay and Sleeping Dogs 2. The mobile game would also be played on its own, with the hope being the free-to-play game will point players towards the console game. Actually, I think they were probably going to sell shit too up there. Plans for the sequel were eventually scrapped in late 2013 before the project went into production. It was also canceled spin-off, Triad Wars. This was initially planned for the PC. It's going to be a massively multiplayer online game, Daniel, but it was canceled. And then the film adaptation was going to happen. The release date for the film has yet to be announced. In February 8, 2018, Yen stated on various social media accounts the film was in production. In July 2020, Yen announced the film will be his next challenge, aiming to make another breakthrough movie. Oh, God. Why?
Everything's bad.
Yeah, but yeah, Sleeping Dogs. Maybe that could come back now, Daniel. Maybe.
Hopefully.
Who picked up Square Enix? Nobody picked up Square Enix yet, did it?
No.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Tencent's going to get them, right?
You know, where this is, if it's still with... I mean, I guess it is probably still with Square Enix. But, yeah, somebody give that license to somebody that actually wants to make that game, please.
Yeah, Tencent should get it. They're Chinese, too.
Sure.
And they can put their propaganda in there. They put their communist propaganda and mix it in there.
Nope.
All right. So what else we have here? We got Dust and Elysian Tale. This game I played because I think it's one of those free games you got with Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally played it like probably a few years later. Not that much later because it came out in 2012. So that means I probably played it when we were doing the podcast. So 2014.
Probably somewhere around there.
So this is a game where you play as a furry fella, some kind of animal thingy. It's a made-up animal, and it's a side-scrolling action game, and it was pretty damn good. I really liked it, and it was kind of done almost like by one person, really. Like the guy's name is Dean Dodrill or something like that, and I forgot how long it took. Let me see. Yeah, independent designer, and they got
7+ years or something.
And the development, yeah, you see, originally envisioned the game to be an 8-bit style platformer similar to Castlevania, especially for the final game came from such titles like Metroid, Golden Axe, and Wise 1 and 2. He won the Microsoft Dream Build Play, so that's how they got to know this game. It was awarded for Xbox Live Arcade release, and yeah, and the game was good. Like it got an 83 on Metacritic. Sure to get an 8.5. OXM gave it a 9.5. Damn, OXM. Talk about like they're definitely just because it was published by their own studio. It was like, yeah, we gonna show this game off. Giant Bomb gave it all 5 stars.
Nice.
Yeah, I know who didn't review it. I know who didn't.
Is it Jeff Gersman? I want to say maybe Brad reviewed that.
But yeah, like the lowest scores I see is 7, which is that's pretty all right. But yeah, I like the game. I don't remember exactly what I did. I played the game so long, but I remember really enjoying the game and I beat it. The story was all right. The voice acting was pretty good. Like I had voice acting in the game. And that's how I learned about furries. Like I didn't know what furries were, and then I learned about them. Now, see, I mean, I knew there was people in animal costumes fucking and stuff, but I didn't realize people were just drawing art and just always doing that shit. And and that opened me to the world of furries there, and it scared me.
And you haven't gone back since.
Yep. It frightened me. I have nightmares about furry foxes just having their way with me. All right. So, where are we at here? We also got Tales from Space, Boot and Blob's Attack, which you probably seen this game before. It came out on Windows.
Yeah.
So this time.
Yeah, because I think it came out on that's the one that came out on the Vita around the time of launch. Talked about that then. I like that game.
Also, we got New Super Mario Brothers 2 came out for the 3DS. I almost felt like maybe that was a cover, Daniel. Maybe that was a cover.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I always felt like we said it. All right.
Yeah.
So we talked about that game. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Except for like the coins, like collecting the coins all the time.
Yep. A lot of coin collecting.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive came out 10 years ago.
Oh, man.
Even though I feel like it's an older game.
It is.
They just made
This was the new version.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying that. Yeah, this is the version. But this is the version that most of people are playing, right? This is the one they. Yeah, they're all playing on Steam all the time. I always see on freaking Twitch. So yeah, it came out on everything though. Windows, Mac, 360, PS3. Wait a minute, we didn't. Yeah, it's 2012. Yeah, we didn't get to a PS. Yeah, we still haven't got to Xbox One yet. All right. Well, I guess I should be happy because it's not that old yet.
It's not that far off, though.
Yeah, I know. It really isn't. All right. The Expendables 2 video game came out. Oh, wow. Yeah. This was a hit.
I'm sure.
Hit just like the movie. They don't even have his own page for the video game. It's under the Expendables movie page.
The movie.
So I don't know.
So I get to play as Ronda Rousey.
Like this or not, but it was an Xbox Live Arcade game that came on PS Network 2 and Windows. I'm gonna say it was a hit. You should go try to find a way to play it, people. All right, JoJo Bizarre's Adventure HD came out for the PlayStation, and I want to say this is based off a game. Yeah, it originally came out in 1998.
Oh.
So this is an HD copy of the fighting game.
Okay.
And I don't know how people liked it. Metacritic gave it, 68 on Xbox, 64 on PS3. So not super great, pretty mediocre. But if you're a JoJo Bizarre fan, you probably was okay with that. You didn't care.
And no Capcom made a JoJo fighting game?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to guess this is a JRPG. Legisista?
I see anime characters, so I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah. This is definitely a Japanese game.
Dungeon crawling action playing game.
And it got 68 on Metacritic, so it's kind of mediocre. So there ain't really much to talk about there. You like some anime girls that look very young. They're on the cover here, so there you go.
There's a guy that looks like a girl.
Yep, guy looks like a girl. Yep, exactly. You only can tell it's a girl because he's wearing pants. Because they don't wear pants in anime. All right. Retrograde came out for the PlayStation Network. And that's a game.
I thought I remembered it, but I don't think it's what I thought it was.
It said it hasn't recouped its cost. The game cost $140,000 to make.
I was confused. This one was
it was like a classic shooter like Angus Wing, it said. Such as Angus Wing. I remember that game. I played that game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I bought it. I must have been playing the demo. Maybe it was like the Xbox Live Arcade demo I had, and I just played that.
It almost looks like a Guitar Hero almost.
Well, buy the game, Dan, so they can help recoup its cost.
Because there's different lines, and you're trying to shoot these colors or something.
Okay. Here's another
amplitude.
Another big game that came out 10 years ago. Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
Oh man.
All right, so we had War of Cybertron. This is the sequel. I don't think it got as good reviews as the War of Cybertron, even though I did like it. I did like it though. There was a difference between
the one with the Dinobots, right?
Yes. I just don't remember because I haven't played these games for so long. I don't remember what the difference was because I think I felt something wasn't as good as the first one, but I still enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it overall. The game. I mean, these were the best Transformer games.
Yeah.
These were the best ones. We haven't had a good one since. I'm trying to think of a Transformer game. Oh, I guess you
the
could.
platinum one.
That's about to say the platinum one. I forgot about that one.
That was okay.
You don't know. You don't have the right to judge. You don't judge those games. You don't like those games.
Exactly why I thought that was okay.
All right. Way of the Samurai 4 came out for the PlayStation Network.
Is that SNK Fighter? No.
It's published by Spike.
Yeah, not what I was thinking at all. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I gotta see it. I gotta see a video or something of it.
I was thinking Samurai Warrior.
I almost feel like it's a fighting game, but I could be thinking about that other Samurai game, and I fucked up because I
It's like third-person adventure action RPG style thing.
Why I see white people on this cover?
Because we went to Japan and saved all the samurais.
Oh, maybe that is Japanese. She just got blonde hair.
Haven't you seen the documentary starring Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
The Last Samurai.
All right. Okay. So what was the problem with The Last Samurai? Because is that not a true story?
I don't know if it's a true story.
I mean,
I have no idea.
Then if it's not a true story, then what's the problem?
It's white people saving people all the time.
They died.
Okay, but still, he was made out to be the savior.
I mean, but they all died. They didn't save nobody except for the woman he loved, his wife, I guess. Like the samurai way died.
You don't have to save everyone to be a savior, Dominic.
Oh, that's not a savior. Then y'all have a weird savior. I figured something saved. I was like, I didn't save shit. Because now I saw that. I saw it in the movie. They fucking died. That was a good movie, though. I mean, it could be fine. It could be racist, but it was a good movie. I mean, whatever. All right. I just went too far. Okay. Now, that's it. That's it for 2012. So now we're going back 20 years to 2002. Duke Nukem Advance came out for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
How was this game?
I don't know. It seemed I was always kind of excited about it because they actually had a first-person shooter running on the Game Boy Advance in like 3D that looked pretty solid. Looking back on it now, it looks like a lot of similar corridors and not nearly as kind of expansive as a Duke Nukem 3D was, but considering the other Duke Nukem games we were getting at the time, I would probably say this is one of the better ones.
Oh. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah. I mean, for a Game Boy Advance game, I wouldn't even really thought that. But I kind of want to picture playing a game like that with no color, with no light in the background.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. God, those were different times, Dominic.
Yeah, they definitely were. That's why I skipped that whole system. All right.
It's got an 81 on Metacritic, so apparently it's pretty good.
All right. Also, we got Madden 2003. I had this one because I was trying to get a lot of things 2003 because it was the year I graduated. So Marshall Falk was on the front of it. Yeah, this is before we knew he was a sex offender. Actually, I don't know if he's a sex offender, honestly. I don't know if is that considered a sex offender? I don't know if he's like officially one. You know what I mean? Like by the law, I don't know if he's one. I just know he got fired from the NFL Network because of something he done. Maybe he's done. Allegedly. See, I don't even know if it's true.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, allegedly he's done. I want to make sure. I'm gonna make sure before I just start talking bad about the dude. All right. Oh, here it is. Yes. Falk was suspended from the network going to 2017, along with fellow ex-players Heath Evans and Ike Taylor, after sexual harassment allegations were levied against the three by former network wardrobe stylist. Yes, I remember that. So nothing official, but he got let go. Okay, so
he got let go at the same time as two other guys. Wow.
Yeah, because she was saying that they were too. They were doing something with her.
Man.
All right.
Get your shit together, NFL Network.
So what else we have? Oh, but the NFL, yeah, but Madden 2003, it was an alright game. Yeah, because I played the shit out of this game. I played the shit out of this. I remember one time me and my friend, heard, like we was on a phone, three-way with another dude we used to know. Darren, that dude passed away recently. Now I think about it, man. Wow. But we were doing like a fantasy draft with their players. Say like, hey, let's just do like a random draft and see what each of our like games come up with. Like, because like just like they'll draft, the computer would random draft people to all these teams, and we just did that for fun. But thing is, he had an Xbox. I think him and the other dude had an Xbox. I had a PlayStation 2. So that's why we really realized how much better the Xbox was, because it was faster when he was done, and I was still waiting until mine was done. But I said, whatever, man. I mean, my games are still better than yours. So I say whatever. But yeah, we would just just be on the phone playing Madden and shit, man. Just doing that. Yeah, it was. That was a good time. This was Madden was good when it had just a regular normal franchise mode that seemed like all it did was get better. It never got worse until the new fucking systems. Until the 360 days. Until they got to the 360 days, they started taking shit out. Which didn't make sense. I was like, why are you taking stuff out the game? And then, now we're at the point now where every year they keep talking about franchise mode, like, yeah, we're working on it. I was like, what the fuck? You just copied what you did like 20 years ago. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's like, oh man. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Madden. I swear. He's rolling his goddamn grave, man, right now. Because of how bad it is. This game. It's like I was joking. I don't know how
and
good
they put him on the cover. How dare them?
Yeah, I don't know how good this one is. I mean, I see the same things, though. Hey, still working on franchise mode. And we guys made some improvements. I said, yeah, okay. Son of a bitch. All right. Now, let's see here. Oh, NFL 2K3. The other one, this is where Brian Urlacher on the front of it. The Bears linebacker.
Where has he been dismissed from unceremoniously? Or is he keeping it together?
Oh, no. He's good.
Oh, good
he
for him.
retired. I mean, he retired because of injuries, though. It was that was the only bad thing. But you know, his hair grew back.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
Man get plugs.
Yeah, he got not plugs. I forgot what he did. He did something, some type of meta.
If it's actually back, then he definitely got some plugs or some transplants.
But it wasn't. No, but it was something. But it wasn't plugs. It wasn't plugs. It wasn't like regular plugs. Let me look up Brian Urlacher here. He looks so weird because I was so used to him being bald.
Yeah, look at him with his nice little head of hair. Went to restore. You get those little seed implants in his head or something.
What did he do? He said he under a hair transplant.
Oh, okay. So he did do that. Okay.
It's not plugs, man. He literally got somebody donate their hair. Just like
it may very well be his hair. What they do is like take it from your back or whatever.
Yeah, they took it from his ass. They got the hair from his ass and put it on top of his head.
Looks good though, so good for him.
It's like it was a donor, apparently.
Oh. He's a huge Bears fan. He's like, man, I'd just love to see you with hair, sir.
Yeah, you can take the hair from my ass. But no, the Simpsons episode, the Treehouse of Horror, when he got Snake's hair.
Mm-hmm. Then Snake's brain.
All right, where are we? We got Matt Hoffman Pro BMX 2 came out. Oh, this ain't the Triple X though. That's what I want. I'm on the Triple X one. We got NFL Blitz 2003. I guess it what they say 2003. That's how they pronounce it.
Yeah, 2003. I think it was.
You got the Gap Tooth guy up here. What's his name? God damn it! Why did I forget his name?
Michael Strahan.
Yeah, Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan, who is now just entertainment reporter, basically.
Yep. Is he on Good Morning America?
Not Good Morning America.
No.
One of the other ones. No. It is Good Morning America.
Okay.
Or is it Today's Show? It's Good Morning America.
Remember.
I think it's Good Morning
Is he
America.
still on with Kelly? He's not on with Kelly anymore?
No, he's not with her. No, it's Ryan Seacrest is.
Oh, okay.
Kelly been up there too long. Shouldn't be like a new person now.
Think about how long Kathy Lee was up there.
Well, I mean, she was up there a long time, but I don't know. Tell me watching it. All right, what is this? Street Hoops? Oh yeah, I remember Street Hoops. Nah, yeah. This is definitely not no NBA Street. I know that.
No.
It was definitely not that.
It's the Activision knockoff version.
Yeah, not good reviews. Not good reviews.
Yeah,
either.
they took like the actual street ball players, like Half Man, Half Amazing. That dude, the one you would see like in the And One tapes.
Oh, the And One tapes.
Like
okay.
Yeah, they took those guys and put them in there.
They ruined them, and that's how And One got ruined.
Yeah. Like how you skipped over NFL Game Day, Dominic, because the GOAT's on the cover.
Oh yeah. Tom Brady on front of Darren. NFL Game Day was still coming out, man. 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just look at that, Dominic. In 1 week, we got 5 football games. Once we get to that next one,
they would never do that.
No. You won't even get that many, including phone games. Now. That's incredible,
man. And look, the NCAA game breaker. They got a Miami player up here. I don't know who that is.
Why would 989 put out their games the same week? Their football games the same week.
That is weird that they did that.
That seems insane.
Yeah, they were just asking to kill themselves.
That's why they went out of business.
Darn, yeah, that's all they do is make baseball games now. All right.
Yeah.
So Buffy the Vampire Slayer came out, and this was actually pretty good. It got rated like a 79 on that Metacritic, the Xbox game. I was sort of upset. I mean, even though I was never going to buy it on PlayStation, but I was just mad that they had exclusive and that it was actually rated pretty good. When I saw magazines, I was like, what? Why PlayStation can't get this?
I feel like the second one came out and it came to everything.
Probably maybe did. The Scooby Gang. That's what they call the characters. The Scooby Gang. I didn't know that.
I guess I didn't know that either.
And so that's why she was in Scooby Doo.
Maybe.
It was a beat 'em up game though. So you just beat up some vampires and stuff like that. Kiss Angel and stuff like that. Probably in the game too. I would think.
Yep.
I don't know. I never said Angel because I'm like in the Angel show. What did they break up or something? Or what happened?
I would imagine they must have, right? Because he was with other women in that show, right?
I don't really know the show. I've never seen it. But I would assume that he's with. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the commercials and stuff like that. He was with another woman. But I was trying to think like. So
maybe it's a prequel?
Yeah, was it a prequel? That's what I was really wondering. It's like, is this a prequel or a sequel?
He was still bad. Still bad.
He still looked the same.
I mean, he still looks the same now, Dominic. Even his booth, he looked the same.
I don't know.
He's definitely getting older.
He's getting older, but he doesn't look old as he probably should. In that what is that like? SEAL Team 1, whatever show he's on.
Oh, is he on that?
Yeah.
Now? Okay.
He's up there having PTSD and shit. Like, get the fuck over and shoot some people.
Goodness, Dominic.
Oh, I thought I was waiting for you for something.
Nope.
I thought you was looking up. You were looking up the Angel stuff to see if these they broke up.
Oh, was I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize I was supposed to be doing that.
I heard you typing or doing something.
No, I wasn't typing anything.
Okay. All right. Anyway, we'll get into the Buffy lore later, I guess. The thing came out.
Our Joss Whedon podcast
for the Windows, and eventually came out on everything else too in September. But at first, I didn't realize. Yeah, it came out first on PC.
I'm surprised by that.
And it looked like a survival horror game based off the movie. And the Thing, which I want to say I saw, but maybe I didn't. But I have seen the X-Files episode where there was like some kind of alien thing happening in some cold place, and I'm going to say it's like the same thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, you got decent reviews, 77 on PC and 78 on Xbox and PS2. Mm-hmm. Your game is the only one who gave it a super low score on a PS2, gave it a 5 out of 10, so fuck them. That's what the Thing people are saying. All right. So what else we have here? We got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 8-3 is finally coming on N64, so you finally got to play it on N64. They were just waiting. It's like, when are we going to get a chance to play? You say, it came out before the GameCube version, right? I mean, after the GameCube version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is...
Use those tiny little shitty C buttons to do your tricks.
Also, Medieval Total War came out 20 years ago. The Total War game. I definitely knew I couldn't probably play this on my PC back then. Even though it looked like shit.
Yep. But there were too many little moving guys.
Yeah, exactly. I probably could play... I can play the screen where you pick the area you go at. But when it got to the part where you get to the battle, it probably just crashed. It probably just freeze up on me and shit. Because that's how it does in the game now. The newer games. Yeah. I can play that. I was like, oh, it does run well. Then I wait, oh shit, taking an hour for me just to fucking get into
and it's running at 120 frames per second in the menu.
Alright. Also, we got Disney's Magical Quest starring Mickey and Minnie, which kind of came at the same time as the GameCube game. Probably a few weeks later.
Mickey game.
Yeah. It was a good Mickey game, you said?
No, I was saying the Epic Mickey game, right?
Oh. No, not that game. 20 years ago.
Oh, no, that's the Wii game.
The one that came on, it was like a little kiddie kind of game, but I remember seeing it on commercials. Because it came out because the reason why I know that commercials because it came out at the same time as Kingdom Hearts. I kept getting confused. So, oh man, it's showing Kingdom Hearts. Then I see that stupid Mickey Mouse, and I say, oh, that's not.
And then your parents got you that one, and then you were mad.
Our parents weren't buying games no more.
Oh, okay.
Because they were bad because I did bad in high school. I did bad in my grades. All right. So what I got here, the Italian Job came out for Windows. It wasn't that great from what I saw. It looked like a PlayStation game, you said.
Yeah.
Prisoner of War, World War II came out for the Xbox. I don't know how this game was.
I'm not familiar with Prisoner of War.
Oh, I'm guessing you just escaped the prison. You're a POW, and oh man, I actually went to the National World War II Museum. That's where I'm at now. I don't think that's it. I put video game. It's a stealth game, so yeah, I don't like that already. Third-person stealth, developed by Codemasters.
Oh,
Metacritic gave it 64. It wasn't that great. Yeah, it looks like that could be a real actor who's on the front of the cover here or something. But I think that's just some dude. All right. Capcom vs. SNK Pro came out on PlayStation. It wasn't as good as the previous ones that came on better consoles, but the PlayStation people finally got theirs. Jennifer Capriati. Okay, this is going back. Okay, that's it for 2002. I'm sorry. Actually, no, it's not. Sega Soccer Slam came out for Xbox, which is kind of like the Burial Strikers version of like
Street Soccer, but with like luchadors and fun characters like that.
Yeah, it's better. I'm gonna say it's better just because it's not.
It might have been.
It's like I have no idea. That's it for 2002. So let me go back 30 years to 1992, and Jennifer Capriati had a video game on Genesis, made by the Genesis guys, tennis game. She was if you don't know her, she was a famous tennis player. She was one of the big ones. She started very young at 13, going pro. And yeah, I remember hearing her a lot, like her, and then Venus came along, and then Serena came. So she had her own video game, which is funny because we were talking about virtual tennis, how they first had female players. Yeah. So I was like, well, technically, that's not the first time Genesis had, not Genesis, but Sega had female players just for virtual tennis. So I guess they regressed. They said, this didn't sell so well back in 92, so we're not going to...
It's too hard to add boobs to this model.
Yeah, we're not going to put no more females in this game no more. We're just going to stick with the men. Stick with men.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I was surprised to see this. I was like, what? They did have a female tennis player on the front here. Even though I think the European or Japanese one, the Mega Drive version of this game, it just called Super Slam. It's not Super Slam Tennis. Well, maybe Super Slam, or maybe it's called Grand Slam Tennis, or something like that. And
they're like, they won't know.
It was just a bunch of generic dudes with mullets on the front. So I guess you could say that was McEnroe.
Sounds like 90s tennis.
They make McEnroe. They can say the big one is McEnroe.
It's kind of crazy that she had her own game, but there was no Williams sisters tennis game.
Well, Williams sisters. Well, Harris is back in 1992. The Williams sisters, I didn't hear about them until a few years later.
Oh, I don't mean during this time. I just mean in general. Like there was never a game that was like the same equivalent of like how you have a Tiger Woods PGA Tour.
Oh yeah.
You never had a, Venus Williams tennis.
This is crazy though. I think about it. She was 13 when she went pro. That was 1990. That means she was only 15 for this cover.
My God. That's success right there, Dominic.
Yeah. All right. So that is it for the flashback segment. So we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. Now we're going to get to the gaming news. So what we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic. So big news, PlayStation exclusive Death Stranding is coming to the Xbox.
Oh my God.
Game Pass for PC only on August 23rd.
Somewhat good.
Yeah. So this is kind of a big headline.
I mean, not
but
bad.
At the
It's
end
not
of the
bad
day,
at all, really.
It's a PC version of this game coming to Game Pass, which is cool. It gives more people the opportunity to give it a try.
Exactly.
It's coming out August 23rd, so, a couple of days from now. This is not the Director's Cut edition, though, much like when Control was up on the Game Pass for a while there. It was not the Ultimate Edition, but that didn't fundamentally change the game.
Some people did. Now, I heard some. I'm not going to say... Not fundamentally change it, but they said that the game was a whole lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. Like, that's not going to deter me. You know what I mean? Like that. I feel like for me, if the base game is good or bad, it's good. And director's cut probably add a little something to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was definitely like some quality of life stuff that I heard about being in that director's cut.
Which is weird though, because it came out before Director's Cut came out, or it came out after.
Sorry, what did? You were cutting out.
The PC version.
The PC version
of the Death Stranding. Did it come out after the Director's Cut or before?
I think it came out.
It did come out before. And it did Director's Cut. So it did. Excuse me. Did the Director's Cut ever come out for just the Steam version or the Epic? I don't know, the Epic Game Store or whatever it is.
That's what I was trying to remember. If there was a PC version of the Director's Cut, I want to say there was, but it came out also later than the PlayStation version.
So they fuck people over just like the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, there is a Death Stranding Director's Cut on the Epic Store, and also on Steam. So. Yeah, so if you want to give that a try, I don't know. Maybe if it's on cloud streaming,
I don't think it is though.
See what it's like, but
because it's only PC Game Pass.
Yeah. Oh right, because they only do the Xbox.
Yeah,
games
that's what I was saying before, like off the air.
Right, you did say that, yeah.
Because I was gonna run like shit probably on my PC. I mean, I hope it runs enough where I can know I don't like it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like everything I've seen from it, it's not like it's something that's really intriguing me, and the story is definitely not going to like.
People loved it. Some people are saying like his favorite game of the last generation. Like that's what makes me want to play. Because I'm like, what are they seeing? What are they playing that when I look at it, I don't see? Like I don't see this being nowhere near top of anything, except maybe graphically. But even then, it's a bunch of nothing. A lot of times.
It does look good, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks relatively good, but
it's also kind of bland in a lot of ways.
Like when they talk, when they talking, when the people are talking, like when Metal Gear, like when they talking and things of that nature, the facial expressions and stuff like that. Yeah, it's great. Even though what they say out their mouths make no fucking sense.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to load it up when August 23rd comes and see if it runs. Because I do want to try it, because I want to see what is it people are saying about this game. Like, why is this game so good? Like, what is that you thought, and why this was like nominated for a Game of the Year at the Game Awards? They even won some people's Game of the Year.
Yeah, and you got to admit it wasn't just Jeff Keighley. You know, there were plenty of people out there saying
he paid them.
It was great. Yeah. All right, Dominic. Next up, we got a couple of delays because that's what we do every week here now. First up, we have Evil West. That's the new game from Flying Wild Hogs.
Oh, but these are not so bad
Shadow
delays.
Warrior.
But go ahead.
No, and that's the kind of exciting thing is that's getting delayed from September 20th to November 22nd.
How many West games we got here? Okay, we got Evil West.
Evil West. What did we talk about last week?
Hard West, and then you got the West game I played.
Something.
I got here on the Xbox.
Wild West. Is that or Weird West? Weird West.
Yes.
Weird West. Yeah, there's a lot of West games. And the weird thing is those other two were like both isometric kind of tactical strategy games. This one is, third person action game.
And they're not made by the same people though. All these are not made by any of the same people.
Yeah, these are all independent games. So all over the place, Dominic. But yeah, Evil West looks cool. Coincidence, yes. Yeah, Evil West looks cool. I like, the Shadow Warrior games have been pretty good. So, Flying Wild Hogs has some pedigree. Westworld. All right, now you're pushing it, Dominic.
I'm surprised there isn't a Westworld game.
And then we have...
Surprised there isn't a Westworld game.
There's a phone game.
That don't count. I mean, like a real game. And
they don't make licensed games anymore, Dominic.
Well, no, I'm actually that'll be like a good Telltale thing, but they are doing the Expanse and stuff.
Yeah. Yep. All right. We also got this other delay. This one again is not too bad. High on Life. That's the Justin Roiland, Rick and Morty creator game with the talking guns.
Yeah.
That has been delayed from October 25th to December 13th.
In time for Rick and Morty when they come to Multiverse. It's like, I have no idea.
I would hope they're up there sooner than that, but yeah. So that game seems all right. So hopefully it doesn't get delayed anymore. Both those games still coming out in 2022. So all in all, not too bad news. All right, we also got a new game announcement, Dominic. A new Alone in the Dark is happening.
Oh, my God.
How do you feel about this series?
It's been a scary series, so I
feel nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to play it. I remember that one where it was like, what it came on 360 and PS3.
The one where you look down in your jacket to do your inventory stuff?
Yeah, I think you drove the cab around or something, or a car. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I remember that, but that was kind of weird because I was like, I don't know if it was scary or it was just an action game or something like that.
That was post Resident Evil 4, so why not both is what they decided.
Yeah.
And then one of the podcasts I was listening to was basically like, why are they doing this? Oh, wait, they saw that Resident Evil is popular again. So anytime Resident Evil gets big, they kind of poke their head out and attempt to make a new Alone in the Dark. I don't know. The trailer for it looked all right, so we shall see.
Was that the last Alone in the Dark too? That version?
I believe it was, yeah.
The 2000. Oh, there was a 2015 one.
Oh, really?
It's a. It was horrible, but it came in just on PC. It looks like
2015.
It must be a smaller game, man. But it's a third-person game. It's called Alone in the Dark Illumination. This came on PC, and it got 19 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Whoa!
But then again, I don't know how many people reviewed it.
Yeah. I don't know. The reviews on Steam are mostly negative, which I don't know that I've ever seen. That's
some of probably their own developers. I mean, this game sucks, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, so THQ Nordic is taking another shot at this.
But yeah, that was like the big one. The last big one was that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. All right, Dominic, next up we got Embracer.
IMDb do games?
What do you mean, like just listing actors and stuff like that?
No, they had a review for it.
Oh.
5.4 for the Alone in the Dark game that came on 360,
I take their reviews with a grain of salt. Now I wonder what that is. That's weird. I wouldn't be surprised if IMDb had like a games division where they threw up reviews, but that's one of those things where like I'm not going to take them any more seriously than like the local newspaper having a review for a video game or some shit. Speaking of, I got to go start working on my review for the Baltimore Sun. All right, Dominic. Next up, Embracer Group has picked up a whole bunch of publishers, developers, IP. They grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. Limited Run Games, who is the publisher that puts out like the special editions of a lot of games. Yeah. Puts out like the older stuff, like they put out the Night Trap thing. Tripwire.
They put out Jack Daxter.
Yeah, they put out that Jack and Daxter like expensive collection thing. Tripwire Interactive, they're the developer behind Maneater and Chivalry. And they also picked up the IP rights for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but like the book versions. So like,
like they were doing back in the day. They made the book versions like versus the movie versions.
Exactly.
And everybody lost. Psych, none, Leon. The book versions, they were at mediocre.
Yeah. To say the least. Yeah. So they picked up them,
even though the unlicensed versions weren't that great either. Only a few of them were.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was few and far between that we actually got. Yeah. But you do know, we got that Gollum game coming out at some point. That's movie related. All right, so they picked up them as well as some that I'm not as familiar with. Singtrix, Tuxedo Labs, Tetsujin, Bitwave Games, and also an undisclosed company within PC console gaming, which that seems weird. We're going to find out it's going to be like Square Enix or something. And then Geotech, who are known for making gaming accessories. So like
Game Shark?
Hopefully. So like Embracer Group is just like swallowing up whatever small portion of video games they can.
Let's go ahead.
Given the embrace.
Group, where are they?
I want to say Europe.
Where are they? Just Europe?
I want to say Europe. Let's say Embracer Group.
Yeah. That's our fight against Tencent.
Yes, they are a Swedish video game and media holding company. So,
what is it? What's the country that is always
neutral?
Neutral. What is it?
That might be Switzerland. Wait,
Switzerland. That's what it is. Yeah, Switzerland. Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, this is the company that owns THQ Nordic and Crystal Dynamics and Gearbox. They picked up Gearbox a bit ago, so they're growing quite a stable. Honestly, like that's some pretty solid stuff. So maybe Embracer Group is making a play for the top, Dominic.
All right, it was something I was going to say about the Lord of the Rings. See, like Lord of the Rings, I used to be like, because when I was a big fan of the movies, so seeing some games on it was pretty cool. But then when I noticed that, it's not a lot of females. And now I'm like, they always have to, they probably have to create a character to be in there, probably. Like they did, I think, with that newer game, the Shadow Mordor.
Shadow
game.
Mordor, yeah.
They added like some females characters and stuff like that. But excuse me. Which they probably maybe they do with that, because that's why I never wanted like a recreation. It was like, it's a sausage fest, man. I ain't trying to just a bunch of dudes. Like, can't we have like a female elf or a woman or like sword or something? Like, still need like I want some type of diversity in that elk. And like, it's bad enough. I probably won't have any black people, but at least I can at least have some freaking woman. I'm not gonna have. But then they do. They're gonna probably most likely make a black or elf, or just a black person appear. Like they sub that into, which I don't care. I mean, there's gonna be people probably maybe angry about that. They're saying like, hey, that wasn't in the books. So it was like, yo, it wasn't barely woman in the books either. I definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like those stories, but it's just like in a game space. I'm just like, I like the setting, but I really don't want the exact same thing, because I just like, hey, I can just go with Dragon Age or some Warhammer maybe or something like that. Like at least have something like that in that kind of realm, or Skyrim or Elder Scrolls or something. Because they kind of only deal with that same type of thing. I was just wondering. I just hope they change it up a bit,
right?
Because if it's just based off like, hey, you playing the characters that was in the book, I was like, you gotta ask somebody else, man. Let's say there was like some type of she elf who was with them too or something joined them.
Just gender bend them, turn Merry and Pippin into.
I mean, most likely it's probably not the characters in the book. It's probably you probably see them, but you probably be playing like this has happened some other place.
After that, Dominic, I'm paying for the IP. I'm getting all those characters. You're gonna play as Gandalf.
See, I didn't like that before. Like when they did that RPG thing. So you're playing as these other characters, these other hobbits and wizard. I was like, you were the B team or something? Like just in case they fail. What the fuck?
You gotta always have a backup plan, Dominic. We never believed in Frodo.
Like that's why I never really tried that game. I was like, this don't sound interesting. It's like you're not playing as even the main characters, man. It's like I don't give a damn. It's like doesn't make sense to have this. Like have something like way before, like the TV show.
Yeah,
that's about to come out. Have something way before shit was going down. With the ring for that it can be relatable. Because I'm saying, we're doing this while they're over there in the mountain. Nah, I don't know. It's like I'd rather be with the A team. I don't want to be over here with the B team.
Little did you know, Dominic, they were the B team the entire time.
All right, so I'm done rambling. So what we got?
All right, next up, Dominic, we got there's going to be a showcase at D23. That's Disney's kind of event where they show off new media.
What's the 23 stand for? Michael Jordan?
Yes, it's something to do with Walt Disney. I can't remember what it is exactly, to be honest with you.
23 Jews he killed.
Oh, wow. Right, so yikes. Goodness, Dominic. So they're going to have a panel. It's going to be Disney and Marvel games panel. It's going to have a lot of stuff that we already know about, like the Firaxis game, Midnight Suns, and a couple of other things. But along with that, there's going to allegedly be a sneak peek of Amy Hennig's new game, which is supposed to be an ensemble piece, which means it's either going to be like Fantastic Four or X-Men. I mean, that's what people are speculating that it's not going to be, or Inhumans, that it's not going to be Avengers because, Square Enix just did that.
Or what's the other team named? X-Force?
X-Force.
I never knew who they were. I always figured they were off-brand of X-Men.
There's Deadpool, and that's maybe Psylocke sometimes. I don't remember who else is in X-Force. Excalibur. There's Excalibur. That's like the British version.
Yeah, that's
got Nightcrawler in it at least sometimes, though, I think. So, yeah. So what do you think, Dominic? I'm hoping we get just straight up action game with Amy Hennig's writing, which usually seems pretty dang good, from the first couple of Uncharted's and Legacy of Kain or whatever. What did she do? The Jack and Daxter games too, right? So
she did those games too?
I think she did. I think she had a hand in those games.
Hand in them. I mean, yeah, she had a hand. Yeah, because most of the games had multiple writers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
at least the big games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely curious to see what this is. Yeah, because and finally have a project that actually gets done. Yeah, it seems like that project she's been with, they haven't gotten done.
Yeah, definitely want to see that happen for her. Actually,
but yeah, I'm trying to think of what other group is there for Marvel. The Hulk Smash team.
The Hulk Smash team. Who else is that? Just Hulk and She-Hulk on an island?
No, it's Hulk, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, blue guy that used to be the white dude that was his friend that he saved. That's why he got hit with a gamma ray. He became this blue guy. I'm talking about the cartoon here. Now I don't know what the fuck the comic book guy here, but
blue guy.
And then it's this other big, strong dude with an axe. Yeah, a Hulk Smash team. Yeah.
All right. I didn't know about these guys.
What other? I'm trying to think what other team up is there in Marvel? Spider Friends.
Oh man, why?
Iceman.
I messed up.
That Fire Girl from the old cartoon.
Starfire or whatever.
Starfire is DC.
All right.
What's her name? Starfire too?
No. What is that? Spider-Man and Friends. Oh, they're gonna give me the Amazing Friends. Man, What is this woman's name? Iceman and Firestar.
Firestar, her name. Okay.
Not Starfire.
Yeah, they should do that. They
It's
should do
free
based off the hit cartoon that came back in the 70s.
You know what? I'm here for it, Dominic.
It should be 70s style too. It should be like you in the 70s.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All the bell bottoms. All right, Dominic. So this is the last bit of news I got here. This is a leak from Amazon. There's some new stuff for Dead Island 2. It might actually be releasing. There's a release.
Oh my God.
There's a release date on this, February 3rd, 2023. As well.
Still play on Xbox 360?
I don't think so, unfortunately. But there's cover art, there's box art, there's a couple of new screenshots. So, like, could it be, Dominic? Could we have lived to the point where Dead Island 2 might actually release? I mean, we still got to get there, but, yeah, it's not as far away as we maybe would have thought at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daniel. I was I can't think and talk at the same time. Okay, the Dead Island. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's coming out. Don't have no high hopes for it because I'm like,
I have zero interest in it.
Is this going to be better than even Dying Light 2? Even though Dying Light 2 was people were pretty down on it compared to Dying Light 1.
Yeah.
I guess there's no parkour, I want to say, because that was the Dying Light thing, unless they just added it. Which, I don't know. I guess it all depends on what you feel. I like the parkour. The parkour was fine with me in Dying Light. Yeah. I had no problems with that at all. I mean, I got through the freaking stage, I feel like, faster when I had to get to a point or something like that. I'm curious of, like, what they add to it. Because now, is it going to be just more of the same? Which is okay, but, you know, it's not going to sell. I think that's not going to sell it. Like, what's this going to have? But they have to but I understand they've been spending so much time on this game. Well, it's not even the same people, right? Are they saying because they just move over to somebody else?
Yeah,
or
didn't
what
it switched studios at some point, right?
Yeah, man. I just hope it's not a
plus Dying Light was the guys that did the first Dead Island, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and then from there, it also switched studios from the studio that it switched with.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's what I was saying. So he switched twice. But yeah, so I hope it turns out okay. But I'm not having any high hopes for it. I'm just curious how it looks. How is it?
We'll say cautiously optimistic, cautiously pessimistic.
I'll be telling you this: I'm not as of right now. I'm not in the mood to play a game like Dead Island right now. Like I would rather just get the Dying Light game that just came out too. Play that.
Yeah,
I'm just not in the mood to play that type of game right now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna struggle a little bit with this. I don't think.
I really want Left 4 Dead 2 game because Back 4 Blood. That game was not what I thought. It's okay, but it's the difficulty's too hard. Yeah. It's just not the same, man. And the interactions with the characters are not like it don't feel like Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead, like, yeah, memorable lines. Like this doesn't. Yeah, it's pretty sad too. Cause I'm like, God, these are supposedly some of the guys who worked on that game, and I was thinking we're finally getting a new Left 4 Dead, basically. Yeah. It just didn't come out. Like Left 4 Dead 2 is still like the best of what that is. Co-op shooter. It's still the best. Mm-hmm. All Dead Island did, they basically just combined different genres. They kind of like something like Left 4 Dead co-opness with like a Elder Scrolls or Fallout kind of RPG kind of thing going on here. Like in first person. Well, which Left 4 Dead is too, but it's like so it's got those RPG elements to it. It kind of combined the RPG elements of those games and Left 4 Dead a bit. I mean, it was fun. It wasn't great. It had its problems, but it was fun enough. I know driving was hell. in that game. I don't know why. They should have made it so that you didn't first person drive.
Right.
That's what they should have did. But yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know what I want from this. I'm curious to stay. I'm just curious to see what comes from it.
Mm.
All right, so that's it for the news.
That's it for the news. Got some new releases.
What else we got here?
First up here, we got Blossom Tales 2, The Minotaur Prince for the PC and Nintendo Switch. I actually didn't realize it had come out, so when I did write this up this morning, I also downloaded that on the Switch, so I'm going to give that a try. I like that first game a lot.
Oh, it's a demo?
No, I just got it because it was like...
Oh, you just bought it? Oh, okay.
It's like $13. It's getting good reviews. I really like that first one a lot. It's just, an old school
Did you
Zelda
buy
style.
that one on the Switch too?
What's that? The first one?
Blossom Tale 1, yeah.
I can't remember where I played it. I want to say it was on the Switch, but it might have been on the PC.
Was it on Game Pass?
No,
it wasn't.
No.
I would think about the green thing. What's that green?
Is that the one that avoids text?
I forgot what it was called.
I can't remember. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing some of that. We got Roller Drome. That's now out on the PC, PS4, PS5. That's the one that's like cell shaded, kind of looks like that game Sable, but you're basically shooting while rollerblading. And I've been watching some of that. It looks really cool. It's almost like Tony Hawk meets third person shooter kind of thing. I don't know if I'm like super excited about it, but it looks neat. It's a cool concept.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. We also have Kirby's Dream Buffet that is now out on the Nintendo Switch. I think I maybe misportrayed that in past conversations. Like, to me, it gave off like Fall Guys vibes, but it's not really that game. It's only up to 4-player co-op or 4-player multiplayer.
What game we talking about here?
Kirby's Dream Buffet.
Oh, okay.
Like it's that kind of style of like obstacle course / race kind of thing, but it's more insular, and it seems like maybe it has some like single player elements to it. So I'm not jumping out of my seat to get it, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Maybe watch some videos, see how it is for playing single player. Looks all right. We also have Little League World Series Baseball 2022, Dominic. So if you're looking...
In time for the Little League World Series.
Oh, yeah?
That's going on now.
That makes sense.
I think the softball one ended. Dude, hey, wait a minute. Does this do softball too?
Let's find out. Nope, no ladies allowed in this. Actually, there are women in this game. Yes.
They're just playing baseball.
They're just playing baseball.
I mean, because... They do have some women. Well, I say women. There better not be no woman because that's cheating. They just do have some girls in the Little League softball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool too. But because I was seeing both of them on ESPN.
Okay.
Because my sister, she's a softball coach and everything and deals with that stuff. So she always like watching the kids play. She like kids. Me, I was into Little League World Series when I was a kid, but as I got older, I they're
just not competitive enough, Dominic.
They are competitive. I mean, but it's just I just had an interest. I just haven't that interest. Maybe I thought, maybe I'll just watch it with somebody. I'll have interest, but or maybe because I hate kids. Damn,
there's that.
Because that's could be that.
All right, Dominic. We also have
Is this game any good?
It looks.
I mean, it looks. I like the look of it.
It looks all right.
It has a nice look.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if there are any reviews for this thing yet. We got Twitter. Let's see what happens if
We're probably not allowed to review the game. Okay, no, we gotta just let the kids
see what
have
the
fun
people of
sell it.
Steam are saying. There are 8 user reviews currently on Steam. Not recommended. Not recommended. Not recommended. Not recommended. A hot mess. I was really looking forward to this game since I heard it was coming out, and I grabbed it as soon as I could. Game is nearly impossible to play with the outfielders switching at random, not seeing where the ball is crossing the plate, and the game simply does not respond to commands to throw the ball to different bases. It may get better in the future. I don't think so. But I think I'm going to have to refund this for now and try it again.
Well, maybe like next year if they do it. No,
there is a single recommended a post here, and even that one says I would call this game a work in progress. So sounds rough, Dominic.
Yeah,
real bad. All right, on the opposite end of things, Dominic, I did see reviews for this game, Curse to Golf. This is out now on the PC, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. This is a side-scrolling golf game, and it looks like a lot of fun, and I might end up picking this up too, because that looks really neat. I say side-scrolling. I should.
What is
2D.
it? Curse Golf. Let me look this up. I've never seen it.
You've probably seen it. You just don't recognize it. It was on some like Nintendo Directs and stuff at some point.
Oh, okay.
But it seems cute. It's basically 2D golf, but more like RPG-ish. You're actually like battling against bosses in some cases and going about things that way. So looks neat.
Okay, yes, yeah, okay. I mean, if I seen it, I don't remember because this is definitely not what I thought it was. It looked like Super Mario Brothers, but playing golf and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the animation, man. Yeah, looks pretty cool.
All right.
See, I like more games like this, not 8-bit. I don't want no more 8-bit games. Like, I want fucking I'm tired of
like
that.
Super Nintendo 16, 32-bit graphics.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm here for it. I agree. You can use a better color palette.
Exactly. As I was saying, the colors on the other one. No.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they better make a Mega Man that's with like that. I want Mega Man.
That was the disappointing thing about those, right? Like they very much kind of cheaped out on the next one because it was like, oh yeah, you make one that's like the NES Mega Man, and then you make one that's like the Super Nintendo Mega Man. But instead, they just made another one like the NES Mega Man. All right. After that, Dominic, we got RPG Time, The Legend of Wright. That currently is sitting at a no, unfortunately not Phoenix Wright. This is the one that I think is like the kid writing in his notebook, basically. It looks kind of like doodles in a notebook, and you're...
Oh, man, it's not on PC.
You're doing a... No. I think it is. Do I not have it listed as PC on there? No, it might just be because it already came out on the PC and the Xbox, I think. Yeah, because it is also in those places, or will be in those places. I can't. March 10th is when it came out on the Xbox. So yeah, it's been out for a while now. So Switch and PS4 are finally getting that. And then we have...
Man, I totally forgot about this game because I was interested in it. And
yeah.
Was it not good?
It's got a decent score. I mean, it's got a 79 on Metacritic for the Xbox version.
I mean, it just came and went.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of looking forward to this game.
It probably just got washed away in not being on Game Pass.
Yeah, I gotta look that up.
So, all right.
Yeah, I wish it was on Game Pass. Yeah, should have got on Game Pass, and I would have been playing.
Sony probably paid him not to put it on Game Pass. All right. Then we have Madden NFL 23 for the PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X with cover athlete John Madden. It's Madden, Dominic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I gotta wait for some people with some views and some real people, not like
not Madden fans.
People who actually play Madden like religiously to see if this is any good. And the people who's into the franchise mode to say, hey, is this good at all? Like
PS5 on Metacritic, which is the only one that currently has a score, has a 65.
Damn. Nope. And then I mean, I was gonna wait till it comes on Game Pass where I can try it out and see if I like it.
Yeah. Looks like Forbes and PC Games and PlayStation Universe have given it lower scores. And then Hardcore Gamer and Attack of the Fanboy have given it 80s. So doesn't even seem like we've gotten scores from like major websites, which seems crazy to me that we're in a day and age where like Game Informer or IGN or GameStop doesn't have a review score up the second that this game hits the shelves, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe it just hasn't been aggregated there yet, but let's see what GameSpot is currently showing for reviews. No, I don't see one on here for it yet. So
yeah, I'm just saying that's pretty. I mean, I guess they're waiting to try it out online. I guess that's really what it is, to see.
But isn't that what all these sites review in progresses are for nowadays?
Oh, you don't see no review in progress?
No, I mean not on GameSpot here. Let's say IGN. If I can actually find anything on this website, reviews. Oh, we got a House of the Dragons. Oh no, they did review it. They got a 7 on here.
Oh, see, damn, that is, god damn.
Yeah,
not Tom Brady's fault.
Can't be Tom Brady's fault. He's not even on the cover, Dominic.
You can't have Matt on the cover, man, and they be giving 7s. You gotta freaking be like, we are putting our heart and soul. That's why you shouldn't have put Matt on the cover. You should have said, we're gonna wait.
Out of respect, we're not gonna put this man on the cover of a terrible game. Yeah. So
Garden Story. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
You said
Garden Story.
Blossom Tale. Because I was just thinking about flowers and stuff. So I was like,
no, that one definitely gives me a similar vibe. I want to try that at some point because that seems all right. And then the Onion Man avoids tax evasion or whatever that game's called that also gives me similar vibes. I'd like to try all those.
Oh, this is not on Steam yet.
What's that?
RPG Time.
Oh, no? Oh.
It's come out till September 13th.
I wonder if it's out on like Epic Store or something. PG Time. PC game. Legend of Right. Or maybe it just hasn't come out on the PC. Maybe it was Xbox first. It's hard to keep track of this shit sometimes, Dominic. Especially when they spread all the releases out. Yeah.
That's weird that it came on Xbox first. It's because it feels like it would just be on Game Pass if that was the case.
Exactly. So. All right, Dominic, you got anything else for the people?
No, man, I'm good.
All right. Thank you as always for listening. You can check us. Wait a second. Sorry. So you can get RPG Time on the PC, but not through Steam. Like I can buy it through the Microsoft Store. That's weird. Oh. Who still puts their games in the Microsoft Store?
You pay it through the Xbox, through my PC.
Yeah.
You can play it. Okay.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you guys as always for listening. You can check us out on Twitter. Dominic is at DStalworth5. I'm at Regulus MB. Podcast is at Superpod, SUPAPOD. Superpod.com is the website. You can check us out there. It has links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places you may find podcasts. Until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see you.